Hi, my name is Micheal Norman. I live right here in Orlando, Florida, and I'm a professional musician. I started playing the piano around about the age of 7, I think it is. I learned music by being in church and hearing how much the music played a part in the actual church service, and I just kind of had a real fun affection for the organ and the piano, just kind of a natural attraction. One of my favorite artists to try and emulate. I never really got to the place where it was convincing to me, but the number one artist was at that time Chick Corea. I mean, I thought he was just incredible, and he could do literally anything with the piano, and so I tried to model myself after him. Ooh. My practice would literally be all day and basically all day and anywhere someone would allow me to play the piano without telling me to get off because I'm making so much noise. But I have to give a shout out to a couple of individuals, one of which is a young lady by the name of Maud Johnson. She was very instrumental in assisting me in learning how to play the organ. Her sister Hydrina, several others. Miss Branham she was a great inspiration to me, and all of these people just saw something in me musically and really encouraged me. So much so that my pastor at the church that I attended at the age, I think around 12 or 13, they knew I had such a strong gift that he literally gave me the key to the church and said I could come in and practice whenever I wanted to. So that was a big deal for me because we didn't have AC during the summer months. And to be able to go to the church and practice and have the AC on, that was a no-brainer. I love playing the piano and I love the AC unit too. So I would spend from about 9 o'clock that morning and I would stay all day, practice all day, go from the organ to the piano and from the piano to the drums and just continue that loop all day long and into the night because I would stay for the night service as well. So hours and hours of practicing to try and develop my skill. Chick Corea was basically the benchmark. But obviously there's other great pianists throughout history, like Oscar Peterson was another one that just blew my mind. I didn't know you could do all that on the piano. Art Tatum, of course. And so as I expanded from doing just church music or gospel music and hymns, I started listening to jazz, and that really kind of tweaked my interest. And I started following a lot of the jazz musicians and smooth jazz musicians, classical jazz musicians, and that's basically what helped me to develop into a more well-rounded musician. One of the things that helped me to do that was my dad. Now, like I said, my mom was my drug dealer because she drugged me to church, and that's where I played 99.9% of the time. However, my dad would always say, hey, you need to expand your knowledge of music. There's more to music than that stuff you're playing down at the church. Now listen to this. And he taught me how to listen to music. It's more than just the beat of the drums. He said, listen to the little bell in the background, the strings and all of that. And so he helped me to understand music in a more organized and structured sort of way that reached beyond my gospel roots. So I have to thank my dad for that. Well, I entered several competitions as a child, actually, and I won a couple of them on the state level, and that was very fulfilling. Again, I started very early, so I had to be around 9, 10, or 11, somewhere up in that age. Then a couple of times as a teen, matter of fact, a teenager, because it was called Teen Talent. And so I won on the state level, and that was fulfilling. But it helped me to appreciate how music is really an individual expression, and how another musician would take a song and basically communicate that song through their own personality and add their own dimension to the song. So that competition was really beneficial to me because I understood there's more than one way to play a song. I noticed that I had a talent early on. Again, my parents bought me this piano. Actually, it started on a little toy organ. And I guess I showed enough interest in it till my grandmother had a piano and she was getting a new piano, so she let us have her old piano. And that's where I really started to play and develop, and it was horrible. It was not pleasant to the ear. But again, that's where I started playing, and I knew I had that gift. But my love for it and appreciation for it is what really caused me to investigate music in a more, I guess, more prolific and specific sort of way. So yeah, I think that's how. I worked with several artists coming up as a child. I did some work with Vicki Winans, a gospel artist, of course. Twinkie Clark, another prolific musician that I gleaned from. I actually opened up for Stanley Clark one time, and but most of my music has been in the ranks of gospel music. Well, my latest offering musically is an album I called Eternity. And the interesting story about that is because I called it Eternity not just because it's a great title, but it also describes how long it took for me to get it done over a series of years, because I get started on it, then others would come and ask me to help them with their projects, and I dropped mine and helped them, and it altogether took about 5 years to get it done. But that's my initial offering musically. My favorite track on the Eternity album would, I guess, would be a song called "Come With Me." Well, I'm constantly working on new material all the time. I've got who knows how many unfinished symphonies and songs that I've started over the last few years that are eventually going to end up on an album. And guess what the name of that album's going to be? Probably Eternity 2. I do music for a number of different artists. One of which, my most recent, I think, was a guy by the name of Travis Bridges. He's a great saxophonist, and we've been doing music together for, I guess, the last 3 projects that he's done. And so you can check him out as well on any of the music outlets and downloads. Now, my studio, where I work, I'm kind of a recluse in a way, because I like working alone in silence without a whole lot of people watching. I get self-conscious when people are watching me work, so I kind of like to do my work. Even I do a wide variety of music, from jazz, gospel, and hip-hop. But I just like working. I don't like a crowd around me, so I like to work in a very secluded environment, have plenty of water or a Sprite on hand, and just go to work. And then when I'm done, I like to present it at that point. Then they tell me I like it or dislike it, or take that out or add that, and then I go back in and then do all of the adjustments and make all of the changes that they ask, and then bring it back. But to have someone monitoring me as I'm playing, I guess I'm a little, they tell me Prince is the same way, and that likes to work in isolation, so I can understand that. Well, again, because music and instruments, music in general has become more technical than it is music in a lot of ways. Now you have virtual instruments. You don't even have to be a musician. I think it was Prince again that said when he was asked, what's missing from popular music? And he replied, as only Prince can, musicians.
Well, I think everybody knows, the audience even at this point, that a lot of the music that comes out now is prepackaged pop, and it's made with computers, and it's real evident when people play live that there's some trouble going on.
I do like working in the virtual world because, again, most of the instruments are virtual. So you have virtual strings, horns, and all kinds of instruments that I can play them all now. So I guess I play every instrument. So in the studio environment, but I do love to collaborate. I love bringing in great bass, guitar, drummers, and things of that, and singers to collaborate on projects. But again, as far as constructing and composing music, I tend to do it all by myself, and then if I like a live bass player better than a keyboard bass, then we'll bring in a live bass player, that sort of thing. Ooh, I love songs in the night.
But nevertheless, thank you guys for tuning in, and of course, share as we get right into the music. And while you're coming, you can chat, and I'll see you chat. Let me know you're enjoying. If you love it, if you enjoy it, let me know. If you like, this sucks, well, just still stay around and hang out with me. I think we might hit one that you like, okay?
On social media, Facebook and YouTube, where an individual can write me at my email and request a particular song. I learn the song and then I perform it on the next songs in the night. So it's basically a request show, but it gives me an opportunity to showcase my piano skills and creativity. It's more or less an outlet for me to share more of my artistic side with the entire world. Okay. Gospel music is my first love. You never forget your first love, but I do enjoy jazz and classical, but I don't consider myself a classical musician, but I do really enjoy classical music and just about all genres of music. I like to explore the musical canvas and just kind of see what's out there and hear the different interpretation of music, the interpretation of instrumentality, how they use the instrument and how they play the instrument. So that's very intriguing. So I'm pastoring a church here, a wonderful church right here in Orlando, and it's ecumenical. It's multi-ethnic. We have different age groups, from the seasoned seniors to the children, and it's a very progressive but practical ministry. I would teach you tools and techniques and how to live a successful life. One of my favorite scriptures is found in St. John, the 10th chapter, and it says that I have come that you might have life and that more abundantly. So I guess you could say at the end of the day, what I'm doing is teaching on how to have life and that more abundantly. The church is called, I guess I should tell you, the church is called The Movement, because we're not just giving you a moment, we're starting a movement, and you're a part of it. I am so excited about my most recent endeavor, and that is I just launched a learning channel online where we're teaching you how to develop your skill set so that you can have an abundant life, to show you how you can do, be, and have everything you were destined to do, be, and have. The Wisdom Blueprint. You can check it out at michealnormanministries.com. That'll take you right to the website where I offer, it's a subscription-based learning platform. Monthly, when you go on, every month we add new teachings, new ideas and concepts to help you become successful in life. And we do coaching one-on-one where I help you to identify those areas that you need strengthening in or you want to fortify. I show you techniques and ideas to help you overcome whatever challenges that might be facing you as an individual. So we also have what we call a group mastermind. Every 3 months, I present a mastermind class where doctors, lawyers, group leaders, CEOs, entrepreneurs, mothers, fathers, and just every type of person who actually want to have success at a high level. It's an intensive 6 weeks course teaching techniques to help you to become the most authentic and the most efficient you that you can possibly be. So you can go to michealnormanministries.com and check out our learning platform there. It's called The Wisdom Blueprint. You can do it and you can have it. Can you have it all now? Why not? My name is Micheal Norman, and I am a journeyman.